Hi, Pulsewave here. Getting people ready for the ht1 Music Festival through a series of ht1 workshops affiliated with Circuit Church here in Orlando, Florida. Today I'm going to go through some of the built-in software synthesizers in Logic X and see how we might explore pulling a drone sound out of them, how useful they could be. We'll have to do a little sound design and play around, so let's get started. I'm going to make a new software instrument track, just one, which defaults to the E-piano, and we're going to take it to the first of our little built-in friends called the EFM1 FM synthesizer. So we'll start with FM synthesis. FM synthesis uses a carrier frequency and a modulator to modulate the carrier to create frequency modulated sounds. It's different from subtractive synthesis. So, and it can be pretty harsh. So the first thing I'm going to do is what I've always done to FM is put an EQ on it, even before I play it. And we're going to start with the default sound. I'm also going to use a feature in Logic called musical typing, which is Command K. So I can now just use my keyboard to play sounds. I don't have to set up my MIDI keyboard, which I love, but I'm not setting up right now. So as these sounds get higher, and as I work with them, there's going to be some nasty high harmonics. So I'm going to turn one of my highest filters. I'm going to bring it down right off the bat. Let's turn off and look at the EQ and see where this sound is actually happening. Looks like it's only happening up to 2K, but as we start playing, we play with harmonics in the carrier. We can start getting some scary, dangerous territories. So, there we go. Play with harmonics in the modulator. It's getting really kind of nasty. Bitey nasty. It's biting at me. Ooh. So now you see what I'm going to bring my friend back. So you can tame FM with an EQ quite quickly on the high end. And we may do some other things. We may add a few of these and change the Q on them to further hone our sounds, but that's what we'll be doing with the EQ. So it doesn't really harm our ears or just annoy us and make us not want to use FM, because FM's super cool. Just got to get it in its place. So this guy here has the two oscillators. It's got a series of controls. So it's got the volume envelope. So here's your amplitude envelope. So let's play with that for a minute. Let's just bring everything down and see what it does. It should be nothing as we get our click. So we'll bring our decay time up, but sustain and release are down, so it instantly stops. We'll slow our attack down. So let's bring the sustain up. For the drones, we're going to want a lot of sustain, even probably infinite sustain. So let's start playing with that. And I'm going to add release. Sounding bell-like, classic FM. So when I think drones, I think traditional instruments like sitars, tempuras, drone string with sympathetic string that resonate at the bridge. You don't play them directly, they resonate off the other strings you're playing or bowing, and they create harmonics. And that's what FM kind of emulates sometimes. So since those strings are going to ring out and have a long sustain, that's what I'm going to do with my envelope here. It's sounding bell-like, and that's because of the decay and the attack time. We got to get to the filter, or the modulation envelope too, so let's play with that. Let's be extreme with it. So here's where we totally changed from a bell to maybe a softly hit gong. Let's bring these down. You can hear it snapping off, so let's give it some build time. And plenty of sustain. And release. So this is the modulation envelope. It's sort of like your filter envelope, but it's not a filter envelope. And let's bring these harmonics back down. Yes, yes. Sound design is fun. Sound out of that if we were going for a gong sound. So we've got main level. The velocity has a lot to do with how the envelopes will evolve and the sound will evolve. We have an LFO down here too, and in the Apple setting it goes from vibrato to FM. So FM is going to increasing the modulation of the LFO and pulling it towards the right is going to create more harmonics. And frequency modulation. So it's doing things on the positive side of what it's doing, and it's adding harmonics to the resulting waveform. If we go below 0, it's going to create a wavering in pitch. And of course that's controlled by the rate. So I'm going to exaggerate the rate for a bit for a while. I'm going to end up using a very slow rate, but I want to hear what I'm doing. So when I'm setting my ranges, whether it's the vibrato or the FM, I want to hear them. I want to see what pitch I'm bending the vibrato to. So I don't want to wait long for it, so I'm going to make it faster. Wow. I don't want it to go too far out of pitch, so I'm going to slow that down. Now you can detune all of this, and this is a stereo detune, so I haven't really read up on this in this particular instrument, but let's play with it. I bet it'll do something cool. So I want that slow movement, so I'm going about a setting of 1. And then the sub oscillator's not even been up, so yes, this will make us all happy because we're going to get that bass we've been looking for. Now here, I'm playing in this range on the keyboard. I can hit the Z key and get a little lower. So let's play the scale. Let's play C scale. Go down an octave. it's getting weirder. I like that. Look what happened in the EQ over here. So let's bring it back up. 1 octave, 2 octaves, 3 octaves. Probably where we want to play, and then we can shape the low end. So I'm actually an octave higher than I was before, maybe 2. So let's play with the harmonics again. We can fine tune them and get some beating and weird things. So you can hear that. And now this, I believe, is changing waveforms of the type of waveform that the modulating oscillator is. So this is going to be drastically changing. So let's play with it. Going on. So these synthesizers are monophonic or polyphonic. You can dial it in here. We can make it monophonic and give it legato. But we can also say, hey, it's a 6 voice or an 8 voice poly. This one was set to 16, but I'm not going to use 16 voices. I'm probably going to use like no more than 4 on this drone. So the original sound is so complex, you don't need really heavy chords. And another thing, you don't want to do close chords like triads, because it's just the notes are too close together. It's gonna get nasty. So if you maybe go by fifths, octaves. So I can cycle the higher octave on and off, but I hear it come in because if it's attacked, I'm gonna slow the attack down. Cool. So we'll save that guy. Let's save this as drone FM zone 1. Gotta give it a number because we're gonna come back and make more of them later. Drone FM zone 1. Silly name. Let's store these. Well, just keep them with the synth. So if you store them there, you can change to other presets. Let's take a quick look at the presets in this that aren't drones. So there's some leads. I'm not going to play too much. There are some keys for moving forward with the patch, but I forgot what it is. So you notice a lot of these are legato or mono because they're leads. But that's cool. And you can drone a lead sound if you want to drill it into our minds. Now there's some pads. Pads are good. Calming pad. I want to call me Pat. Okay, so that's a nice little preset, and you could go now with what you know about this. What do you need to know about this thing? It's got dials and sliders. Play with them. Just make sure you put one of these on first. Like protect yourself. Protect your ears from the high end. My high cut, low pass, whatever you want to call it. Let's take this one. So as I said, there might be some cool stuff. Let's go back to our preset. So there's basses, keyboards, blah, blah, blahs. Let's go to our preset, which is up here, Drone M1, and we're back. So you're going to need, the EQ is going to change every time. Your requirements for your EQ is going to change every time you do something drastic here, or even just change a preset. So you might want to name this one Save As Drone. FM Drone Zone 1, whatever we called it. So name the EQ the same as the patch if you like them together, and then they're easy to call up because now this guy shows up right there. Very cool. All right, so that's our first little run through. We looked at good old EFM1 in Logic, and we got our drone sounds starting. See you on the next one.